Hello, YouTube. Alright, this is probably going to be one of the most expensive and craziest meals I've ever cooked inside the van using the rice cooker. But for tonight's episode, we're going to cook some Angus Premium Choice Beef Rib Eye Steak. Thin slices from Walmart, which I got on discount. 2 slices here for $6.03. And planning on having that with some of the instant mashed potatoes, Idahoan mashed potatoes. And believe it or not, I'm going to have it with Makoto salad dressing with this classic iceberg salad. And of course, we're going to flavor it using Badia Complete and minced onion. I think I'm going to skip out on the soy sauce today. And for our drink, we're going to have some premium orange juice, homemaker premium orange juice. I think this whole meal is costing me about $14, $15. Yeah, kind of an expensive meal. But I thought I would go ahead and do this elaborate meal just to celebrate surviving. You know, it's always nice to survive and make it. I think I'm okay now as far as the Walmart situation. They've got me working now at least 40 hours a week, if not more. And the boss has worked with me to try to get my scheduling so I can see my kids every other weekend. And life is starting to get better, even though there's still some rough patches, which I'll tell you about here later. But we're going to go ahead and have a really wonderful meal here today if everything works correctly. Do want to thank all the viewers for pointing out the potential problems with the wiring and the quick connect disconnect that I showed at the flea market the other day, because safety is important. I have a similar hookup with my system and haven't really had any issues, but we'll talk about that on another episode to talk about why I might be getting away with it and not having a fire in the van, even though I use that stuff almost every day, and why it's important to actually use the correct wiring gauge and know those safety things. But as you know, if you've been following the series or videos here at any length of time, I really do not have a clue what I'm doing. I'm kind of making things up as I go along and finding out if something works or doesn't work. And a lot of times viewers do make suggestions that make things better and keep me safer, as well as other viewers. So make sure you read those comments, take them. Most of them are posted by people who have some experience, although some you want to take with a grain of salt. Well, speaking of which, we're going to go ahead and season our food here very soon before we start cooking it. But before I do, I wanted to make a quick shout out and call out to Alec. Just wanted to thank Alec for stopping by the other day while I was working, and he dropped off this really nice tool set here, Hyper Tough. It's a socket set, 54 piece. He wrote me a little note saying, see me working on a little blue and thought I could use something like this. So he dropped it off as just as a gift. So thank you very much, Alec. It's very much appreciated and something I need. And I like the size. It's nice and small. And I should be able to store this easily underneath one of the seats to have it handy for when I need to work on blue again. Thank you so much. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get started with our cooking. We are going to not have rice today, believe it or not. And the reason is, I think I've done a lot of rice episodes, and some of you don't eat rice all the time. So today we're going to make it with mashed potatoes and salad as our side dishes. I'll probably have the salad as an appetizer while the food is cooking. So without any further ado, let's get started. All right, the first thing we're going to do is simply just put the steak into the rice cooker. You can see there's a little bit of water there because I rinsed out the rice cooker. I'm not really going to season it very much because it is supposed to be really good steak. But I am going to put in a little bit of Badia because it has some salt in it and I don't have salt. So just going to sprinkle this with Badia. And because I don't have any fresh onions and I didn't feel like getting fresh sliced onions to cook later, I'll go ahead and throw in some minced onion here. And that's about all the flavoring that we're going to do on this side. I am not going to cook both steaks right now. I'll cook the second one later because the pot can only hold one. I'm going to flip this over. Doesn't that steak look good already? And it hasn't even been cooked yet. Now, this is not something I do all the time. Normally, I'm very frugal with what I cook and what I eat. But today, I thought I would splurge a little bit just to celebrate just being alive and making it this far. I wanted to thank all the viewers who have prayed for me and encouraged me and have given some advice to just helping me survive to this point. I think we're on the threshold of actually going over the hump of being stuck in the situation that I've been in for the last 2 years and actually getting back on my feet. So as long as I can maintain the job and things start to stabilize and continue to move forward, I think we're getting ready to get out of this long dark tunnel. Anyhow, I've seasoned the food, so the next thing we're going to do, set this aside here, is put this on the rice cooker. There we go. We got the food on the rice cooker. Just going to set the lid on it. Not going to strap it down or anything like that. And we got to start up the car. That's the cooking system here. The car has started up. We are now running. And of course, switch the system on. So the switch is up to connect the inverter to get energy from our house battery. Not house battery, but our vehicle battery. It's actually coming from the alternator. And let me look back here. We're going to turn this all on. The inverter is currently off, charging up systems, the phone and whatnot. I'm going to try to get that on. There it goes. It's on. And right now it is reading 48 watts. So that means the rice cooker's on low mode. So we're going to flip the rice cooker onto high mode here. Okay, it doesn't want to flip. Oh, there it goes. So it's flipped and now cooking on high mode. And we're just going to let the steak cook. Stay tuned. I don't know exactly how long to cook, but I'm thinking, maybe about 10 minutes. And we'll flip it over and see what happens. Maybe even 5 minutes. It is a fairly thin strip, so I don't think it needs to cook that long. Alright, while the steak is busy cooking here in our rice cooker, I thought we'd go ahead and take advantage of this time to prepare our salad and have that as an appetizer. I've opened up the package. Now, for those of you worried about cross-contamination, this is actually a different fork than the one I used to put the steak into the pot. It is a fork from the Chinese dinner that I normally buy, the Chinese takeout. I've been saving all those, the forks and other things. Salad's already pre-mixed, so it's just a matter of pouring it in here. I haven't had salad in a very long time. So this for me is a nice treat. Some classic iceberg salad. And the Makoto salad dressing. For those of you who don't know, I actually worked at Makoto's and made the salad dressing before. So if you haven't seen that episode, maybe I can find a link for it and try to link it for you. But if you haven't seen that episode, you want to check it out. I did talk about how they made this and how I bought the salad and it squirted all over the place because I shook it. And it turned out the machine that did the cap that day wasn't working correctly, and the guy that was supposed to twist it and turn it to make sure it fully was locked didn't do that. Now, believe it or not, most of the stuff that you see like this, it looks like machines made it. They kind of. It's like a mix of machines and people. They actually have humans out there who feed the machines the various ingredients that go into this to get chopped up and whatnot. And some of it's pre-chopped by hand. Not all, not the fine. It's actually chopped into like chunks, and then they throw it into the machine, which shreds it into tiny little bits that end up in the salad dressing. And they actually use other ingredients that are already pre-made and packaged for sale as part of the ingredients to this. I won't talk too much about what's actually used because I don't know if it's a trade secret or not. But I do kind of know what makes up these salad dressings, the Makoto's one. But I'm going to go ahead and shake it up. But before I do, I'm going to make sure the lid is turned on tight. Put my hand on it so it doesn't fly off like it did before. Where it actually flew. The salad dressing, the cap flew off. And the salad dressing flew all over me and all over my car. Yeah, my van. So we're going to shake it up. And that's pretty much it. Now this salad dressing does need to be kept cool. So I'll have to get some fresh ice tonight before I go to bed. But I shook it up. It's nice and mixed. And now we're going to open it up and pour it onto our salad and have our little appetizer. Whoa. I just dropped the camera here. Sorry about that. One of the problems with working in a very confined space. Let me move this handle out of the way there. I've taken the lid off, removed the safety seal they had over it, and we're going to pour this salad dressing on it. If you've never had Makoto's ginger salad dressing, you've really got to try it. It is like the best salad dressing in the world. I love this stuff. And I haven't had it really in a long time because it's kind of expensive. But for tonight, I just wanted to celebrate life and survival. You gotta do that, you know. Treat yourself nice every once in a while. You never really know what's gonna happen. And something good can happen or something bad. You don't know. So take the time to treat yourself nice every so often and give yourself a treat. Oh, police is coming by. I don't know if he's gonna give me a hard time or not. And we'll see what happens. I'm actually filming me cooking in the parking lot, and the police car is driving by, and he's going to drive by here. I don't know if he's going to look at me or not. He's just driving by. He's not looking. I don't see the police right there. He is driving by. He's stepping on his brakes. Maybe he's looking at me, checking me out. But he didn't come right up, so he's leaving me alone. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy my food. If he comes up, I'll just tell him I'm making dinner. Maybe feed him some steak. That should be worth a couple brownie points, right? Anyhow, the salad is awesome. I'm already salivating looking at it because I know this dressing is incredible. And oh my gosh. This is so very, very good. It's incredible. Police car is driving by. He's looking at me, checking me out, and he's continuing on. He's not going to harass me unless he pulls right up next to me. Let's see where he went. He just drove by, and we're trying to see if he decided to get my tag or something. I just went to the gas station over there. So he's not going to give me a hard time sitting out here, even though I can see this is not a normal vehicle. And he drove by, and I have the, actually I don't have it wide open, so it looks like a normal vehicle. I don't have the bed and everything showing, but I do have the door open here to vent, to let the cooking system vent out while it's charging. And of course I'm sitting here with the engine running, which is not normal, but we're going to go ahead and enjoy our salad and wait for the steak to cook. The rice cooker has popped, so yep, it got really hot. I am going to flip the steak over. It's been probably about 5 or 6 minutes or less. I'm going to flip it over and let it cook just a little bit more. I don't want to overcook the steak. It is supposedly expensive meat, and you're not really supposed to overcook meat. Although I tend to overcook stuff because I want to make sure I kill all bacteria. But we're going to let this just cook for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to cut it open, do a little taste test, maybe do some mashed potatoes before I do that, so we can have like kind of a full meal, and you guys can see my awesome dinner tonight. Alright, it's been a couple more minutes, and I actually did remove the steak already. It's right up here, and I have the second steak. Not steak, doesn't that look good? I put the second steak in there to cook. But I think what I'm going to do is cut up the steak right now. My camera's having issues. It's low on power, so the flash was shutting off, but it came back on because I plugged it back into the USB port here. So hopefully I can finish filming and it won't like shut off. But look at the steak. Look at the juices coming out. Doesn't look bloody red, so I think I'm good. I'm going to go ahead and cut the steak and have a taste in case we have any issues, so that you at least get to see what the steak looks like before we make the mashed potatoes. Well, this steak was actually extremely easy for me to cut because it's thin and also good meat. and I didn't overcook it, although it might be overcooked for some people who like it rare. This to me is like medium or medium well done. Maybe a little bit on the well done, but not burnt. So we're gonna go ahead and try it out. It is the first time I cooked such an expensive steak for me in the rice cooker, so we'll see how it turned out. Oh my goodness. The meat is like melting in my mouth. Oh gosh. This steak is so good. I know it might not look like much, but this is like incredibly delicious. All that I have in it is just a little bit of barilla and a little bit of onions. This has got fat, which I love. I'm like in heaven right now. My taste buds are going crazy. This steak is so good. I think I'm gonna flip the second piece over before it pops and let it cook just a little bit. Maybe, I don't know, I do like how well cooked this is. I was wondering if I should make it a little bit more medium rare instead of well done. But I like things well done. Maybe I'll keep it just like this. This is incredibly good steak. I can honestly say, I think this is the best meal I've cooked. I know it doesn't look like much, guys, but this is the best tasting meal I've cooked inside this van. It's got, I've got Makoto's salad right here, or Caesar salad with, not Caesar's, what's it called? Just regular salad here. Classic iceberg, classic iceberg salad with Makoto's salad dressing. And what kind of steak was that? It was just so good. It's hard to believe I'm eating this meal in the van. This meal to me tastes better than a lot of stuff I eat in restaurants. Incredibly good food. I think all that remains to be done is let this second piece of steak cook here, which I'm going to flip right now, and then make my mashed potatoes. I've flipped the steak over and shut it off. Not shut it off, but I'm getting ready to shut off the system and just let it kind of cool down while I'm eating this, because I don't want it to overcook. So what I'm going to do is shut off the inverter. Get this out here. I don't want to unplug it because the power will go off, so let me go ahead and pause for now. Yeah, the system is running out of battery power. This is the time for the phone to die, so I may just go ahead and end this video, even though I have shut off the inverter cooking and just letting it simmer right there a little bit. I will probably eat both steaks because I think it's best to eat this freshly cooked. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to make the mashed potatoes at this point, because I'm actually pretty full. The steak and the salad is actually very good. I may make this mashed potatoes. It's just a matter of heating up water and stirring it in, but I think maybe not. I'm going to go ahead and not make the potatoes. Sorry. I had this really elaborate meal plan, but I think my tummy is saying you're going to be full after 2 steaks and the salad. So we're just going to have that and skip the potatoes altogether. Until next time, everyone, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Sorry I didn't make this meal as elaborate as I had thought I was going to make it, but basically the camera is running out of battery power. I'm actually fairly full, and I know I'm going to have another piece of steak here and maybe a little bit more salad, so I'm not going to bother with this potato tonight. I'll save that for another meal. Until next time, I hope you're all eating well, staying safe. God bless you all, and thank you for your kind thoughts and prayers. Take care now, everyone.